listening to That's Too Far, which means you're receiving our subliminal messages to turn you into our mindless zombie sex slaves. Enjoy.
Word to your brother. Street Sharks and it's me. Oh, fuck all that political shit. He-Man's getting a re-release.
Really?
He-Man. Fuck yeah. You don't see him re-releasing those Street Sharks, Jim.
Word.
Although Street Sharks are dope, Jim.
They are.
Side with you there.
Fucking are.
I went on eBay. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a fucking Street Shark after our big fucking war over Street Shark and He-Man.
Did you really?
Yeah. So I went on eBay and, dude, a fucking Street Shark and new in the box. It was like $150.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I was thinking it'd be like $8, $9. I didn't think they were so collectible.
Guess they are. Should have kept mine.
I know, and like shit I had as a kid that I thought would eventually be collectible, like He-Man and X-Men figures and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, $20 maybe for a fucking high-end one. Street Sharks, $150.
I only still have one toy from my childhood. And that is, well, it's not a toy, it's like a collectible thing. It's a tiny Captain America statue.
Yeah, I've seen this.
It's a statue, and behind it is a copy of a Captain America issue that has a picture of Captain America punching Hitler in the face.
Nice. That's very patriotic for the Marine.
I still have that. I
was never a big Captain America fan, but when the movie came out, it changed my mind. The movie was pretty fucking awesome.
Movie is tight as shit.
It was my favorite of all the Marvel movies besides the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
But the Avengers had Captain America in it, so.
I liked Captain America because he didn't have any like crazy ass godlike superpowers. He could just beat ass like a
That's
champ.
all he does. He just beats ass.
He just kicks ass all day long.
He has semi-godlike powers, though.
Yeah, kind of.
Remember he chased down a car? That's pretty good. He chased down a car. There's no humans besides maybe like fucking Usain Bolt or whatever his name is. He might be able to chase down a fucking car.
What I'm saying is he can't fly. And he can't shoot lasers out of his eyeballs.
Or lightnings.
No.
I saw Superman a couple weeks ago. That was pretty badass.
Yeah, never been a Superman fan.
Well, me neither. I was a semi-Superman fan. I was an owner of a handful of Superman comics. I'm still an owner. Those are just the only things I have left when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Those ain't worth shit either. That'd be like the one thing everybody would tell me when I was young and I collected comics was save them because they'd be worth money. So I did. They ain't worth shit. Oh well. In fact, some of them have decreased in value. Which is hilarious. What else? That's life for you, Jim.
Yep.
We all decrease in value as we get older.
Sure do.
You're at that 25 mark. That's when I went downhill. I was all tight-bodied at 25. 25 in 2 days. Started getting a little loose around the waist.
I now get hangovers, which is new.
It's a new feeling.
Never used to get hangovers. Never used to get hangovers. Now I get hangovers.
You know, when I realized I had a problem, I was at work. I worked at a factory, and I was walking. I fucking felt my thighs rubbing together. That was a new experience for me.
Haven't had that. Looking forward to it, though. Looking forward to it.
It's something you don't get used to. Like, I immediately, went on the fucking defensive with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm probably like one cheeseburger away from having it happen again. Speaking of fucking cheeseburgers, do you guys have a restaurant down there called Five Guys?
Yes,
Burgers
we do.
And fries? Oh my god, fuck that fucking place.
Dude, it's so I went once.
It's
and I
so
would never
goddamn
go again.
expensive and
Yeah, it's
just not even that good.
It is retarded. It's like you're gonna pay the same amount eating at fucking Olive Garden.
It's like this. luckily, my daughters were at their grandparents, and we just had my son with me. And I only say it because they would have went with us. So I got a hamburger and French fries. My better half got a hamburger and a French fry. My son got a hot dog. That's it.
Hamburger, French fry, hot dog. Continue.
$30.
Jesus.
30 motherfucking dollars. They can keep their bag of fries. I'm never going back in that motherfucking place again.
That's how much it costs for me, my wife, my kid to go to fucking the nice ass Chinese buffet in town.
Just, yeah, it's, fuck, what the fuck? That's not the worst I've ever been had by a hamburger place. There's a place here, it's not here, about an hour south of Dayton. I live in Dayton, Ohio. You get to Cincinnati, you cross the river, you're in fucking northern Kentucky. There's a place called Newport by the Levee. Has a big aquarium and like this little mall and shit. And a fucking bunch of restaurants. So one time we took the kids down there and we stopped and ate at this hamburger place. It was like 50s themed.
Yeah.
It's like fucking $80, man, for 4 of us.
That's retarded, dude.
And my son wasn't even born yet, and I wasn't expecting it, because I'm the type of asshole, when I go someplace, like, okay, if I see something I'm going to buy, and I know I'm going to buy it, I don't generally look at the fucking price. I'll just grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll just assume I have enough money for it. Like with some things, I know when something's going to be fucking out of my price range or not, pretty much. So when we were ordering, I wasn't looking at the prices really. I wasn't paying attention. All I got was a hamburger and French fries. How much could it be? That's all anybody got. $80 fucking dollars, man. And then they added a 10% gratuity to that for the waiter.
They added it?
The fucking restaurant added it. It was on the receipt in print. It wasn't written on there or nothing where he automatically added it.
Yeah.
And I left the cocksucker $5, man. Which, by the way, out of a fucking $80 fucking meal, that's not even 10%.
No, it's not.
I could have went to my favorite steakhouse and threw down for half that.
Yeah.
Like, picked out my own fucking cut of meat, the whole nine, and threw down, got a motherfucking, could have got some sides for the fucking whole restaurant, probably. That was for a hamburger. It wasn't even that good. Fucking make a hamburger just as good as that. Fries weren't all that either, cocksuckers. They want what's in your wallet, Jim. And they're gonna get it.
Oh my god.
Gonna get it.
I
feel like bombing that fucking restaurant right now. Speaking about it.
This is an angry ass podcast. No, talk show. Not podcast, talk show.
Just speaking about it makes me get even angrier. I'm gonna go with a fucking Molotov cocktail and hit that place up.
Fuck them.
For duping my ass.
Napalm Newport Aquarium.
I am not a rich man. By any stretch. Podcasting hasn't fucking paid my dues. Sorry, talk showing.
Man.
Shit. I'm a fucking, at the time I was about $3,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's not all that great when you have a family.
No.
Now, if I was single living
Still pretty good, though. Still pretty good.
If I was single living into a fucking studio apartment, I'd be fucking doing it. But, no, I wasn't.
$3,500 a month, that's more than I was making in the Corps.
Well, they fucking don't pay you guys enough in there.
No. I found out something cool.
What's that?
Now, since I'm on inactive reserve, I can join the reserves if I want to and fucking quit.
Yeah, my dad did that.
I'm thinking about trying it out just because I can quit. I might do it just to quit. Like, I can do this. I quit.
My dad was in the Army, though. He wasn't in the Marines. So.
Yeah.
He was, whatever an E5 is, ranking-wise.
Sergeant.
He was supposed to be an E6. He had just been newly promoted.
Uh-huh.
And I guess several paydays had gone by where he was steady getting E5 pay, and he quit.
Why didn't he just?
Well, I guess complaints were filed plenty of times.
I mean, I'm sure he would have got back pay once it was
Yeah,
resolved.
if they would have resolved it.
Yeah, whatever.
Here's one of my only memories, or no, here's a memory of my dad being in the army.
Mhm.
He was stationed in Germany, so we all went and moved to Germany. My brother was born over there. We lived in this sky-rise building near Berlin. Like fucking ridiculously high up building. It was fucking scary, and we lived on the top floor. And before he could leave to come back to Ohio, when he first joined the reserves, or switched to the reserves, he had to clean in his apartment. So they cleaned his goddamn apartment. I remember watching him do it, top to bottom, just scrubbing the fuck out of it, right?
Yeah.
The inspector comes, looks through everything, grabs the refrigerator, pulls it out, which they did. They cleaned underneath the refrigerator. But he wasn't looking for underneath the refrigerator. This motherfucker made him, he pointed at the back of the refrigerator, which had like, collect dust back there.
Yeah.
It was like, this has to be cleaned first. I will never forget that. Because my dad's an angry jerk.
Mhm.
So he blew his top a little bit, but one of his buddies was like, look, I swear to God, I'll clean it. Just let him go. And they did. They agreed to it. When I lived there, another one of his friends, he was going home, so he got drunk, and his buddies decided to fuck with him. They locked him out on the balcony of his apartment. He lived next door to us. So he decided he was going to pull an aha moment and climb down balcony to balcony. Fell off. Didn't make it one balcony. Had to scrape him off the ground the next day. Because, dude, like, I'm not even exaggerating about fucking how high up we were.
Yeah.
Like, you would go out on the fucking balcony and look down. You know how when you're up in the airplane and you look down and everything is in squares?
Yeah.
Like, that's what the ground looked like. I used to steady throw my toys off that bitch. Yes. Hope I didn't hit anybody. Some angry German. That's a rude people.
It is. I was in Germany for about 5 minutes on my way to Iraq. It was just a layover. Just in the airport. Every single one of them were fucking dicks.
Yeah, they are, man. They're really rude. This German lady used to babysit me and my brother. That was a mean bitch, dude. My parents would go out or whatever.
Mhm.
Eesh. I lived there for 5 years.
In the 10 seconds that I was there, I walked into this like little gift shop part of the airport or whatever, and fucking there was these two Aryan nation looking motherfuckers, like they could have easily been in the SS. I walk in there and they're doing nothing but speaking German to each other and looking right at me. I could tell they were talking about me. It wasn't just that paranoia of somebody speaking another language with you in the room. I could tell. And I, I can't remember what I asked them, but I asked them something, and they just continued to speak German to each other, like, oh yeah, huh, mein Kampf, Hitler, what's other, Volkswagen, fuck, just speaking German to each other. And then they started laughing when I spoke English to them. I don't
Like,
know why
ha
I
ha
assumed
ha.
they spoke English, maybe because this was the actual military's wing of the airport. Like, this was our portion of it.
What'd you say to him in English? Fuck you two talking about.
I don't remember what I said, but eventually I fucking just turned around and walked out.
Fucking.
Douchebags.
Me and my brother, when we were little, both had blonde hair and blue eyes.
Hmm.
Ooh, we were a hit with the Germans. Like, that shit they say about that shit is so fucking true. Like, we'd go to there was a toy store. Like, it's very similar to, like, New York City there.
Yeah.
In Berlin. So, like, there was a toy store just, like, fucking right next to our building. We'd go over there, and the fucking German ladies would go crazy when we'd walk in. They'd be like, do good, do good. Start pinching our cheeks and shit. Was ist los? You'll have extra candy. Shit.
Uh,
They loved us. I grew up to eventually have brown hair. They would hate me now.
Yep.
But my son is fucking pure Aryan. You've seen him.
Yep. I had blonde hair as a kid too. It's weird. I had blonde hair until I was 8.
I don't think I was that old. Well, yeah, I was probably about 8 when my hair started getting dark.
And I'm talking bleach blonde.
Yeah, me too.
Now I look like a slightly paler Mexican.
You look like an Indian outlaw.
I do.
I'll never forget, if you want to offend a Mexican, I found this out through our friend Diego. We were at the gathering and me and Diego were chilling and some fucking weirdo come up to Diego and was like, I'm trying to find juggalos of all races, and you appear to be Navajo. Would you like to join our group? He's like, no. So he walked away and he looks at me and he's like, man, do I look Navajo to you? And I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fucking Navajo looks like, so I don't know. He's like, do I look Mexican? I said, yeah. He's like, good. All right.
I remember Diego had a twin at the gathering. I saw this motherfucker there that looked exactly like Diego, like down to the motherfucking T. It was Diego. And he was Hawaiian. I believe it was either Hawaiian or Samoan.
I see people that look like Diego all the time. I go to say what's up and realize
Dude,
it.
this was Diego's doppelganger, and Diego was present at that gathering.
Did it blow your mind?
It blew both our minds because I was like, dude, Diego, you gotta see this motherfucker. He looks just like you. He's like, fuck you, Jim. You're being racist. And I took him over. I showed him, and he was like, holy shit, it's me.
You should have took a picture of him.
Oh, dude. It was amazing.
I remember fucking...
We actually went up and talked to the dude, which is how we found out he was not Mexican.
I remember anybody at the gathering that had an interesting story, I'd have Bob go up and I would take a picture of Bob and that person. Like there was this just morbidly obese guy. Bob kept calling him Motorboat. I'm like, why the fuck are you calling him Motorboat? He's like, cuz, dude, some girl motorboated his big old titties yesterday. I'm like, oh fuck, go up to him so I can take a picture. And Bob goes over there because, he don't give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah.
And asks the dude to take a picture, and the guy's just like, why? Is it because I'm fat? He's like, no, it's because you're Motorboat. They took a picture. I got the picture right now at my house. Bob and Motorboat.
I embarrassed the shit out of my wife because we were walking through Walmart, and there was this dude had, like, okay, you very rarely see this in a guy. He was kind of fat up top, but from the waist down, the motherfucker was like...
He had a big booty.
No, a big, like, big fucking ass, big legs. He was morbidly obese from the waist down and regular obese from the waist up. And he was in the middle of this little ass fucking aisle, just talking to somebody. Not, like, just blocking fucking traffic. Angering me. And I'm like, excuse me. He didn't fucking move. So, you have a fat ass! Just like that. And he moved with a sad look on his face. But if you're gonna be rude, I'm gonna insult you.
Just go all the way rude. I hate that when I say fucking excuse me and someone doesn't move. Because I oftentimes have a stroller with me.
Yeah.
So I have to do it a lot. I remember once I almost fought the entirety of Spencer's Gifts because they laughed at my daughters when they were real fucking little. Because we walked in, and I didn't realize it was almost Halloween time, and they'd have all their Halloween shit out. And they had like this big fucking stand thing of some kind of ghost or something, and it made a noise. It scared the fuck out of my daughters. Everybody started laughing. I went, you're all a bunch of cocksuckers. And I had to be dragged out of Spencer's Gifts because I'm a fucking idiot.
That's amazing. How many people have actually been kicked out of Spencer's Dicks? Spencer's Dicks?
Whoa.
Spencer's Gifts that aren't fighting with fake dicks.
I'm going to buy one of those fake dicks and try to return it the next day. I'm going to put blood all over it, fake blood, and bring that bitch back. Like, I need my money back. This shit just didn't do it.
Speaking of shit that you wish you would have done, I always, like, every time somebody comes up to me asking for money, and I know it's for crack, and they have some fake ass story on their way up to me, after this happens, I always think, dude, I should have asked him for $1 before he got up to me because that would have ended the conversation immediately. That's what could think about it. A homeless dude comes up to you, you know he's gonna ask you for $1. If you ask him for $1 first, you're at a
What?
stalemate. There's nowhere else to go with the conversation. He just has to walk away. He comes
What
up
you
to
do?
you, you'd be like, man, I'm hungry. Can I have $1? He's gonna be like, oh, I was gonna ask you for $1. And he's gonna walk away. But today, this dude walks up with his fake ass, oh my god, fake ass story. Walks up, and he's obviously a heroin addict.
Obviously.
Obviously. And I'm with my wife. Her friend came down to visit today, and we were talking, and this dude comes up to us in front of this restaurant that we were going to. It was like, excuse me, I've been out here for over 24 hours. I was just wondering if you had some money you could give to me. And without skipping a beat, I went, I got nothing but plastic on me. That was what I said. Immediately after I kicked myself in the ass, I was like, should have asked him for $1. Should have asked him for a fucking $1.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I did a dickhead thing, and there was some other like well-to-do looking people starting to walk into that restaurant. I was like, man, you should go catch them. They look rich as fuck. I pawned
Did
them
he
off
get
on
him?
them. Yeah, he got him. He got him, and they gave him money. But after that, like when we said our goodbyes or whatever, we decided to go into the grocery store that was right there to get some drinks for the trip home because it was an hour back home from where we met. When when I was going in there, he was in there shopping.
Them rich people hooked him up. I've been here for 24 hours. I'll suck your dick. I can make $10 easy.
It was just, dude, it was like a fake ass cry that he was doing while he was talking, and then immediately when I let him know that I don't have shit for him, it completely 180. Just he was like, "Oh, okay, I'll go over there."
Dude, I used to be real bad about giving homeless people money.
I know we talked about it in a few episodes ago.
And then one time this fucking hobo comes up to me, and at that point I'd made up my mind I'm never going to give him money again.
Yeah,
And he asked me for money, and I said, no, I don't have any. He said, man, I'm dying of thirst. And he seen I had a fucking Taco Bell cup sitting in the cup holder, which had been there for like 3 days. Like when I get a drink from a restaurant, I'll take like 3 fucking drinks of it, and that's it.
yeah.
So the ice just melts, and it becomes disgusting. He's
Carbonation
like,
just gone.
yeah, he was like, well, can I have that? I was like, you can have it, but I'm going to warn you, it's 3 days old. He was like, man, I don't care. It's hot. I'm dying of thirst. I'm like, all right. I give it to him. And as he was walking away, he was celebrating the drink. And I'm like, man, the one time I should have gave him my money.
Yeah, the one time that, oh man, that guy actually needed help
Like
for something that's not drugs.
He celebrated having that fucking 3-day-old fucking fountain drink.
I've had a drink experience with a homeless person. I was driving to Springfield to go to work back in 2006, 2007ish, and I stopped at a gas station to get gas. And while I was there, I also got a Monster, and I'm standing out there pumping gas with my Monster, which I had already started drinking. And this crackhead-looking lady came up to me, and she started a conversation. I can't remember exactly what she said, but somewhere in the conversation she went, "Hey, man, I heard about that drink. I heard it's really good. Can I have a sip of that?"
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Either you're getting the whole thing or you ain't getting any.
she ain't getting any. Her mouth was a herpy.
She was the actual human form of a herpy. She looked like an actual herpy. Yeah, fuck that shit, man.
I didn't even come up with the typical fucking white guy reflection, like deflection, where I make up some excuse that wouldn't hurt feelings. I was just like, no, you can't have a drink of it because I don't know if you have a disease. Quote unquote, James Gray, circa 2006.
Did she respond or did she just leave?
I believe she asked me again, if I remember correctly.
Nice. Persistence. Sometimes it pays off.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking, oh my god, homeless people. When I was a kid, I wasn't a kid, but when I just graduated high school, I had a job making a lot of money. So I went downtown to this record store. It used to be down there called Gym City Music, and I went and bought some shit. I was fucking setting up my car, counting my money, so I had fucking money everywhere all over the front seat of my car. I don't know why.
Mhm.
And sure enough, I'm fucking over there, I'm counting the shit, and this motherfucker comes up asking me for money, and I got a seat full of money. And all I could think of is just give him a fucking $5 before he robs you. So I gave him a $5. God bless you. God bless everyone, Tiny Tim. Next thing I know, I'm getting throat chopped. Fucking ain't got no money. That's how naive I was, though. I wouldn't do that shit now. I wouldn't have that much money on me now. Plastic.
Yep,
Keep it plastic, Jim.
I do.
I never have no more than like $4 in cash on me.
Neither do I. The only time I ever have cash on me is after I pay my mortgage payment. That's when I have cash on me.
Same here. Or when I go to the liquor store because they only accept cash.
Really?
Yeah.
Liquor stores down there accept credit.
Not here. Well,
Every single one.
the one by my house doesn't accept credit. I don't know about the others. That's the only time I have cash. It's if I have to have cash. And that's the only time I have to have cash because every fucking body accepts credit. I'm going to ask them one day why they don't accept credit. Because that's retarded.
Is there too jank to get a machine?
I don't know, because they have a fucking ATM machine in there.
What the fuck? Yeah, but ATM machines are usually,
Well, I know they
don't belong to the store. It's just somebody that pays the store rent to keep the ATM machine in there.
Well, I understand that, but still, fucking, good God, like, you know, if I'm buying a bottle, it's $20.50. I got to take out 40 fucking bucks.
Yeah. It's the same thing with, like, Coke machines.
Coke machines, fucking, a lot of them now have credit card readers.
They do now.
Just sucks because they deduct like $5 off top.
Yeah.
And then they
retarded.
put it back. It's retarded.
I have a buddy that's got a Red Bull machine that's been sitting outside his house forever.
How do you come upon that?
He got it at some garage sale or some shit like that. He's just got a Red Bull machine chilling outside of his house.
Is it functioning?
Apparently, if you plug it in, it will. It ain't got shit in it right now.
I was asking if he was using it as an actual machine.
No, it's not plugged in. It's not used for anything. It's just chilling there until he figures out something to do with it.
One day he's going to come outside and some fucking poor soul that's been on walking forever, the car broke down, covered in sweat, trying to fucking put money in that bitch and get him something cold to drink. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. You fuck!
Shit like that would probably be a pretty good investment. But you gotta keep up with it.
Yeah, you gotta stay on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I wouldn't do a Red Bull machine.
No, because that's
soda
too
machine.
expensive.
That's too expensive.
Yeah. If I was gonna do any machine for energy drinks, it'd be something really fucking cheap. Like those 99-cent energy drinks. Like fucking Rippets.
Rip it. Don't whip it, rip it.
Rippets. Because motherfuckers can afford Rippets.
Or maybe I would do a soda machine with like one energy drink as an option. But it wouldn't be a whole energy drink.
A whole thing just full of Red Bulls. Every time I have a Red Bull, I feel like a rich motherfucker.
I fucking hate Red Bull.
And usually when I get Red Bull, it's because I'm fucking tired as shit and I'm thinking irrationally. And then afterwards, after I have a few drinks of it, and I'm cognitive, I'm like, why the fuck did I just buy this?
Red Bull to me is like fucking any generic energy drink tastes like Red Bull. Like you go into fucking Spencer's or something at the mall, they'll have like, I don't know, fucking Simpson's energy drink or some shit said marijuana across it or some shit.
Yeah.
All that shit tastes like Red Bull. You dig what I'm saying?
Dude, there's an energy drink that stands out. Wait,
Monster.
no. Stands out away from all other energy drinks, and I have not seen it since I lived in the Dayton area.
What is it?
Liquid cocaine.
Oh yeah, they got that here.
Holy fuck. Have you ever drank that shit?
No.
It Do it once and only once. It will literally burn your fucking throat, and then your heart will beat so fucking hard you think you're gonna die.
I don't think I want to experience that.
Oh my god, that shit is ridiculous, dude. Holy fuck. The only thing that came close to that was in Iraq when we were on the fucking in Al Assad getting ready to fly home. We came back from Ubaidi. Me and one of my buddies went fucking hopping around the big ass base, Al Assad, and they got little stores there, and they had this shit called Wild Tigers, which I guess is this foreign ass energy drink because it had Arabic written all over it. And we drank that shit, and it was just like liquid cocaine, but without the burn. But you felt like you were gonna die. Felt like you were gonna fucking die. And then one day we had this challenge, like, dude, you won't fucking drink 6 of them. Dude, you won't fucking drink 6 of them. We each bought 6, chugged them.
Yeah, I don't want to feel like
didn't sleep for days.
Meth heads, like you just smoked some meth.
Hood stores always fucking trip me out. We got this one around the corner that just opened up. We call it the Stop and Stab. It's one of those gas stations without gas pumps anymore. Like the gas pumps have been shut down, and they got one of those glass counters up front that's got like digital fucking scales, pipes. Like you're selling digital scales. What do you think you're selling those for? You know what you're
every
selling
hood
those
store
for.
has the digital scales.
You know what you're selling those for.
I'm in there. I'm in the hood store. I'm like, let me get 3 white T-shirts, a thermal shirt, a pair of Jordan size 11, the new T.I. mixtape, and 10 on Pump 5 and a pack of cigarettes. You put your Jordans on and they fall apart as you're walking.
Unravel.
Just fucking unravel.
Man, these shoes are light.
Look down and you're just barefooted. Awesome. Yeah, there's a huge fucking bootleg shoe market at my work. Huge. This guy that fucking works there drives a brand new fucking Chrysler 300.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and apparently lives in a really nice condo. All he does all day, he somehow worked it out. He pays a guy in shoes to do his job while he's walking around selling shoes. And they're, knockoff shoes. They're not real. He's walking around selling knockoff Jordans, man. He sells the fuck out of them.
That's awesome.
He sells them for
that is a hustler.
Like a pair of Jordans goes for, say, a pair of retro Jordans goes for $160.
Yeah.
You can get them off him for $70. Now, regardless whether the little jump man on the back of the shoe has his arm curled up like he's a retard, apparently doesn't matter to people.
So are these knockoffs or are these imperfections? That
They're
were actually
knockoffs.
made by knockoffs? Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a bit of a shoe connoisseur. So, like, I might as well be speaking German to most people when I say this, but, like, say it's a pair of fucking Jordan 13s.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jordan 13 does not have a fucking air bubble on it whatsoever. I know that. Most people probably don't know that. But these have giant ones. They'll have like the whole bottom of the shoe will be an air bubble. I know they don't come like that. It's like a guy bought a pair of Charles Barkley shoes. They're supposed to be green, dark green. These were light green. They looked exactly the same except they're light green, and only someone like me would recognize that.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're casually into shoes, you probably wouldn't even recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
But I could spot them from a mile away.
You're in the know.
I'm in the know.
I'm not in the know.
Sometimes I want to say shit just to be a dick. but I don't know. Who cares?
I don't buy anything off. Fucking, if it seems shady, I'm not going near it.
No, me neither. Like, okay, for the price of what he charges for the knockoff retro Jordans, you could get a fucking pair of regular ass Jordans. See what I'm saying?
It is still tripping me out that dude pays somebody in shoes to do his job while he walks around work and sells shoes.
Dude, he's not the only one. Another guy pays a dude in movies while he walks around and sells bootleg movies. And he makes more than the fucking shoe guy.
Oh, I
'Cause people
imagine.
buy the fuck out of these movies, and I'm thinking, good God, and I almost got into it. I sold a few movies,
Hmm.
but then I realized what a pain in the ass it was. And
Yeah.
I sold like fucking 10 of them. And CDs, people buy CDs.
Nobody buys CDs.
No, not only do they buy CDs, these aren't even, they're just fucking CDRs.
Oh, just
Is that-
Memorex?
Yeah. $3. They buy them, dude. They fucking buy them by the truckload. CDs and movies.
If there was a CD out there that I wanted, I might spend $3 for it, for a CDR. Honestly, just to not go through the bullshit of illegally downloading it.
Okay.
And not to pay $20 for the actual CD.
I mean, where I work, people are paid enough that
They
they
can
should
afford
at
it.
least have an internet connection to download this shit
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they're having the same issues as you. Like, I just don't want to download it and, possibly get in trouble for it.
Yep.
I think they just don't have internet. Like, they're not going to have no problem downloading it if they could.
Hmm.
Or they don't know how.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, it's just weird to me. Mind-blowing. But yeah, there are a couple people that do buy the CDs that are fully capable of downloading them, but don't want to because they're afraid of trouble. Which, of course, did I ever talk about my fucking shit getting shut off on here?
I don't know about on here. I know you've told me.
Yeah, I downloaded some shit illegally. I'm not going to say what. I'm not going to say when. Recently. And I fucking go to get online. Well, first, Netflix stopped working. So I just switched it over to regular TV, and I thought it was just a problem with Netflix.
Yeah.
And then I went to get on my computer, and it wouldn't let me. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I used the Wi-Fi connection for my phone when I'm at home.
Hmm.
I went to get on that, and a thing popped up. It said, I've been downloading shit illegally, and I needed to go fucking agree to something before it let me continue browsing. So I'm pretty much done downloading shit illegally.
Yep.
And there's a lot of CDs I want to download. This has been a really fucking good summer for Music Gym.
It has.
But I'm not going to do it.